it's Tracy. How are you? Just wanted to show you a really quick, easy DIY lip balm that anybody can make. If you can boil water, you can make this DIY lip balm. It is so stinking simple. And the reason why I like to do these types of videos is just to kind of show you that living a natural lifestyle doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to, feel overwhelming. Really, it's just about mastering and learning a couple of skills and then just keep applying it over and over. And really what I like to say is if you can make one healthy swap in your home, this whole series is a huge success. So I hope you guys learned something really fun and new today and decide to venture off and to try to make your own lip balm. So why lip balm? Let's kind of start off with right there. Hi Tamara, great to see you here. So let's start off with lip balm. Why lip balm? So I'll tell you, in sort of my natural sort of journey, I remember sort of going to Target or the health food store and buying, the Burt's Bees or whatever was sort of, natural out there. And what I was finding was just for a little lip balm, something like this, or the one that comes up in the tube that you sort of twist up, I was spending like $3 or $4 on one tube of lip balm. And I was like, what the heck is in this? Is it like, where are the ingredients from? Like, why is it so expensive for lip balm? But I think we've all been trained to think that that's how much we should be spending. So here's the thing is, just like anything you do homemade or, at home, it's so much cheaper and you're gonna die when you find out. I'm gonna show you how to make lip balm. So this is about the same size as you would get in those tubes of, your Burt's Bees. So while you're paying $3 to $4 for Burt's Bees, you can make your own for less than $1. That's right, I priced it all out, including the container, and all the ingredients that I'm using are totally organic, right? The best of the best, and it's only 3 ingredients. Some of the stuff that you'll find in the health food stores or Target, Walmart, it's like I can pronounce maybe the beeswax and the natural flavor, but beyond that, I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. The ingredients are like Greek to me. I can't even pronounce it. And I love Michael Pollan. I don't know if you guys read Michael Pollan, but he writes a lot about sort of food politics and just sort of going back to basics. And what he says is like, don't eat anything that your great grandmother wouldn't recognize or that you yourself can't pronounce. And I feel the same way about my food as well as I do about the products that I'm using. So if I can't pronounce the ingredients on the label, I'm like, I don't think I should be using this. I need to look for a natural alternative instead. So I'm going to show you how to make a lip balm. So inexpensive. And here's the thing, not only are you saving because you're just spending $1 on this, right? Like the ingredients that you're going to use, it's sort of a good base that you can then jump off to make like, a skin salve or body lotion or other really cool fun stuff. And I'll bring more videos here to kind of show you how to do it. The other cool thing is, I don't know if you guys are the same, but when I would buy the Burt's Bees or whatever brand, natural brand out there, and I would spend, $2 to $3, $2 to $4 sometimes if I'm getting something organic on a lip balm, I would give it to my kids and they would lose it, right? And I'm like, I just spent $4 on that. And I would be so upset because they would just sort of lose it. Now with these guys, I'll just make a big batch of 10 or 20 of them. And I'm like, here, give some to your friends. Take 5 of them. If you lose one, we've got backup. No big deal. So I love that these are so economical to make. I mean, really, I can make a whole batch of 10 for pretty much less than what I used to buy just one. So I think that's pretty amazing when you kind of think about that. So you're just going to need some basic ingredients. One is coconut oil. I love coconut oil as our base, so you can get coconut oil from Costco, from the health food store, or you can go to Thrive Market. I really like them too. You're also going to need some beeswax, and so you can get this sort of organic beeswax, and you can usually find this on Amazon. I think that's sort of the best source to get it, and you can get your coconut oil there too. So that's really sort of the base of your lip balm. And then after that, you can use essential oils to provide sort of a nice aroma to it. And of course, lavender, for instance, is really great for the skin. So it's perfect for lip balm, especially in the winter when you feel like your lips are a little bit dry. So there's sort of different variations. Like I've experimented and I've used, cocoa butter instead of with sort of some coconut oil, and that will make like a nice sort of chocolate sort of flavored lip balm. I mean, you can really experiment and have fun, but this is the basis. This is sort of like the uber basics. So really what you're going to do is you're going to need a stove. And then you're going to do what's called a double boiler method. So if you've ever melted chocolate before, it's kind of the same thing. That's why I say if you can boil water, you can make lip balm. So you're just going to get a pan like this and put about 2 cups of water in there. And then you're going to get a glass, a heat safe glass sort of a container like this. So like your Pyrex glass. And you can see I've already got some in here, and I'll show you my measurements. So what you're going to do in that glass, so you're going to boil the water, right? Get that going. And then in your Pyrex glass right here, you're going to basically do 2 parts coconut oil, 1 part beeswax. So for instance, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil and 1 tablespoon of beeswax. That's it. It's a 2 to 1. That's it. So you could double the recipe, triple the recipe, doesn't matter. It's a 2 to 1. So 2 parts coconut oil, 1 part beeswax. And so what you're going to do is, I've already turned mine off, right? Because I wanted to work ahead of time. But what you're going to do is when you first put it in, you'll see that the beeswax, they're these sort of like little pods. I'll sort of show you. Can you see this? It's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can show you guys here. They're like little I don't know. They're just like little pellets, right? These little pellets here. So what you're going to do is when you first put the coconut oil and the beeswax in, because you've got the little pellets, you need to sort of stir, 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 just like you would melt chocolate, right? Stir, 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 let it go. It'll probably take, I don't know, 2 to 4 minutes. Do it on a low heat, keep stirring, and just kind of stay and babysit it for just a couple of minutes. And then what's going to happen is it's going to turn into a liquid. Do you see this? So the coconut oil and the beeswax will completely melt. So once it's already been melted, that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. So you want to take it off the heat, use a washcloth, don't burn yourself, okay? So once you take it off the heat, that's when you want to add your essential oils. You don't want to heat your essential oils, okay? Because that's going to degrade sort of the therapeutic benefit of it. So in this sort of recipe where I used 2 tablespoons coconut oil and 1 tablespoon beeswax, I'll probably put 6 to 8 drops of my lavender. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. And that's kind of it. You just get a spoon and you mix it up like this. Mix, 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 mix. Let it go. And then I got these really cute lip balm containers. So I like these. These are the ones where you sort of stick your finger in and you sort of put it on. I really like these, but you could get the twisty ones too, where it's like a traditional sort of lip balm container, but you can get these for really inexpensive. You can buy them in quantities of 25 or 50. I love them. We just made Valentine gifts for my kids. And so what we did is we filled these up and we wrote little note cards that said, "You're the balm," you know, like lip balm. And that was our Valentine's Day gift. I love that we did something homemade and something natural. I didn't want to do candy, but so simple to make. So what you do is you just sort of take this, right? You pour it in, and that's kind of it. So this right here, this recipe will easily fill probably about 10 to 15, depending on how much I'm actually putting in there. So I would go ahead and I would fill everything up. And then it's just gonna take probably about 10 to 15 minutes to dry, but it'll actually start to firm up pretty quickly because of the beeswax. But that's it. That's what you're gonna be left with. And so easy, right? And you just kind of dip your finger in there, put on your chapstick, and that's it. Super simple, easy to do, and I personally think it's so important to just take a couple of minutes. I mean, you could see that would take me all of 5, maybe 10 minutes, but I could make 15, 20 tubes of lip balm right off the bat that my whole family could use for several months. I personally think it's really important to just kind of take your time and do a few things sort of homemade just to kind of show your family that they're worth it. Do you know what I mean? So I know we're all kind of busy families. I've been there myself. I'm a working parent myself, right? I've done the whole daycare, drop off, grocery store, and everything. And even if it's just one thing a week that you can just stop and kind of do homemade, whether it's make your bone broth, make your kombucha, make a lip balm. I think what you're showing your family is that, you know what, yes, life is busy, but you're worth it, and let's take the time to just, make something. 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, come on, when you think about how much time some of us spend watching TV, I mean, I did. I got sucked into a Netflix marathon this week, right? I mean, if you think about that time and the 10 minutes it takes you just to sort of do something homemade, it's just an awesome opportunity to show your family that natural living is really easy to do and it's worth it and they're worth it. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Would love to see how many of you are already making your lip balm and what other sort of recipes do you like to use. All right, thanks guys.